my wife.
Hey.
Hello to the legions and welcome, once again, welcome to the What You've Been Watching podcast. I am your host, the exhausted, the dehydrated, marvelous Mike Dudley, joined as always by my cohort, and youngest brother,
Marcus Dudley, MD3, checking in on you. What is going on out there in podcast land? We are broadcasting live from the What You Been Watching studios right here in Tallahassee, Florida, in the shadows of Doak Campbell Stadium as they ramp up for the upcoming football season. Because August is fucking lame. It's the lame part of summer where school starts back.
It's hot as shit.
There's football, but it's not good football yet. Not quite fall yet. So we're ready for it. We want to give a big shout out to Kesta for our lovely intro music. Always bright.
Always bright.
Check it out on the interwebs. Just Google Kesta. I'm sure they will show up wherever you need them to, like a fucking bat signal in the sky.
Speaking of the interwebs, where can they reach us, brother?
They can find us at whatchabeenwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. And you must enunciate it like that as you type it into your Google emails or whatever. Also, big shout out to the lovely MKD art, which you will see on our Facebook page. Where is that, my brother?
That can be reached at facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast. Or, you know, we out here.
We're
Come
out
find
here.
us.
I was selling Biggie Smalls t-shirts, 2 for $20 yesterday. I'm out there. You'll see me. Tupac lives. I saw him on the corner selling Biggie t-shirts. 2 for $20. Anyways, how you been, man?
Good, man. Good.
It's been a while.
Good.
It's been
Yeah,
a while.
it's been
You guys don't know this, but it's been a while.
Right.
Movie magic.
Yeah, the power of editing and banking episodes. It's like we never left.
Yeah. You've been hip to everything.
Oh, man. It's just, like you said, man, it's just dog days of summer, and it's brutal out there, man. So I love when I walk into a kitchen, and it's just as equally hot as it is outside, and so I get no relief ever. It's fun.
Yeah, sometimes it's been so hot out recently. I used to work in the kitchen, like going outside, it was actually cooler in the kitchen than it would be outside some days, and that's fucking saying something.
Yeah.
Heat index, but you know, global warming is a myth. So
Sure. Fuck you, Greta Thunberg.
Mm-hmm. Just stop yelling at me about it. Is the biggest thing. Look, I know what the fuck do you want me to do? I'm going to donate somewhere? Okay, cool. Show me where that money goes. I'm broke. He caught his cheese for dinner. I'm worried about my fucking hierarchy of needs, first and foremost. The fuck you think I got?
I'm trying not to be homeless.
Yeah, for real.
That way I don't have to be outside in this global warming.
I know. Right. Oh, man. No, I've just wrapped up another semester at school. I took my final exam. Yep, 95 in the class. So we're done.
Right.
American government, man. Fucking.
My boy's wicked smart.
Wicked smart. Yeah, no, it was an American government class. It just makes me realize how little I want to do with all of that. I'm glad I've learned a couple things, but mostly that shit in the Constitution and the way things are written is incredibly vague.
Yep.
For very specific reasons. So people can interpret however the fuck they want. And it's like, why is that again? So, whatever. I don't want to talk about that at all. That's why.
Because fuck you. This is America. That's why.
Right, if you don't like the colonies, you can get out.
Get out.
Anyways, but that's not what we're going to talk about here is all the struggles of the world. Michael, the reason why the people tune in, week in, or bi-weekly, week in, week out, you know what it is. They want to know, man. There's $1 million question that they tune in for. And it's, what you been watching, my brother?
My man. First off, let me start off by saying I went on a rock crusade the other day.
A rock crusade?
Yeah. Like, not hunting for rocks, but like watching movies with one Dwayne The Rock Johnson in them.
Right.
Game night got canceled for various reasons, whatever, and so we just decided, screw it, we're just going to turn it into movie night, and we landed squarely on Doom, and then immediately followed that up with The Scorpion King.
Why?
Because they were shorter than the other options that we wanted to watch, and we were like, oh, well, if we do these two, then we can get 2 movies in, and not just one, so that's what we did. I don't regret the decision, but, it probably could have been time better spent.
Yeah, I wanted to like Doom a lot when it first came out, but it missed the mark. The only thing that was really dope was the scene you already know I'm talking about, when they finally do the first person thing.
Right? Yeah.
They built for that, and you're like, well, that was cool for, what was it, 12 minutes or whatever the hell it is, 16
Oh,
minutes?
less than that. It's probably about a 4-minute sequence. But yeah, it's literally at some point the Carl Urban character, Grimm, goes into first person shooter mode, and it's just like it is in the video game where stuff's dropping down out of the ceiling, and then Pinky jumps out and attacks you, and you got to beat it off with a wrench, and then zombie comes from the left, and you got to shotgun that one, and then it's. But why the entire movie wasn't like that, I have no idea. Like, they don't even get into the whole demonic like hellscape thing until like 45 minutes, almost an hour into the movie.
Yeah.
And then it's just, before that, it's just this really slow paced, like oddly cut, like almost like Alien remake, or like if somebody vaguely remembered the Sigourney Weaver classic and was like, oh, we can just do that.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. It kind of missed the mark, and I'm going to say some things, but I want you to know I have a daughter that has special needs, so this is not coming from a place of anger. But isn't like the whole thing with the monsters or whatever initially is like they have an extra, like they give them an extra chromosome?
They have 23, yeah, basically. So scientists on Mars basically uncover this previous civilization that was run by people that they're basically human, but they have 23 chromosomes. And yes, you're right. That means that they were, how do I put this? Very quirky.
Yeah. And so that was like the whole premise of it, which I was like, this is fucking like kind of insulting and lazy, but that was like the genetic, like they were trying to scientifically like, oh, we can add abilities if we just add another chromosome.
Like,
it's like, it doesn't work that way at all.
No.
Like,
you just earned yourself a one-way trip to the short bus for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying it to be mean or disparage anybody, but I just, as a writer, I was like, or whoever wrote that, I was like, you could probably research, like, Google's out at this time. Like, I get if you want to say, okay, we're trying to explore the alteration of the human genetics to do this, and then
just ask a doctor. Be like, hey, I'm writing a thing. So what happens if I gave another human another set of genes? They'd be like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, well, Down syndrome and some other things, whatever it might be. I'm not a genealogist, but like I'm pretty sure.
We ain't scientists, doc.
Yeah. But I thought that was incredible.
Yeah.
When I saw that, somebody brought that to my attention. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's just. They try to hit all the notes of the video game, which, I mean, the video game in itself is just one note. It's literally just kick down doors, shoot demons.
Get card keys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I gotta go to the med lab to go get the key card that's going to unlock the armory so I can get the BFG, then take the BFG to unlock the stairs so that I can move on to the next level, and in between there, things are going to jump out and I have to shoot them in the face.
I mean, pretty much.
So,
and then you find another card key.
And then cycle repeats itself ad nauseum.
Yeah. I heard the new Doom Eternal was dope, though.
Have not played it.
I like the idea that the general consensus of it was like the whole point of it was like they're like, oh man, this game's so generous. They give you a lot of guns and they load you up with ammo. And then you're like, oh, yeah, they're giving me a lot of ammo. Shit. And so the whole point is like, and then you face like a gauntlet of enemies and you pretty much exhaust every resource you have. And then at the end of it, if you make it out, you get your health back, and it's like, all right, cool. And then you kind of reload and do it again. But I've heard it's really cool in the sense of like, when they're about to crank it up, the music comes in, and you're like, fuck. So, I know it's kind of a little bit of a tangent, but Doom Eternal for those checking in on what you've been playing. But yeah, no, I remember seeing Doom when it came out, man. I was not overly impressed by it. And this is back when there's never really been a consistently good like video game franchise movie. And so the bar has been pretty low, like collectively. Like even the new Mortal Kombat fell short, in my personal opinion, because just the combat fucking sucked.
Yeah,
in my opinion, it was too many cuts, too many. Like you got a couple flash moments of cool swordplay, and then it was a quick cut, and it's like, man, like this is Mortal Kombat. Like the premise is so simple. Like show these motherfuckers fight in a violent way.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. That's all.
They just fell short of it, in my personal opinion. There were some cool scenes.
Just give me a straight up kumite with people getting, hearts ripped out of their chest and whatnot.
Yeah, and so
you don't have to go into a backstory of like why Scorpion can spit fire and why Sub-Zero can shoot ice balls. They just do. Who cares?
Right, that's their ninja tribe. Cool.
That's fine.
But no, it's one of those things like even the first Mortal Kombat, it was something like in terms of video game movies, like you hadn't really seen it before. It's like we all lined up to see the Super Mario Brothers movie, the first one, and it was an entirely disappointing thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is not what, we thought it was going to be. And so Street Fighter's the same way. So even with Doom being out, it was kind of like the first X-Men movie. It's like, I'm glad it exists because you got to put your money where your mouth is. They're not going to continue to make these movies.
Right. Unless people go see it. Right.
So, but the bar was pretty low for me. And like, I was kind of on that one. But they did say that's a big effing gun though. I did at the very end.
Yep.
In The Rock's line of, I'm not supposed to die. Wait, I'm not supposed. Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah. Like I said, they do a good job. Like they hit all the notes of what happens in the Doom game, but it takes too long to get there, and then when it happens, they're just trying to cram them all in at the same time, and it's just like, all right, well, you could have spaced these out, and it's just like I said, it's a cheap imitation of both the game and other well done survival horror movies,
Pretty much, and they could have labeled that anything else. Yeah, besides they could have named it,
Space
Lost,
Marines.
Space Marine, and I would have had no idea that it was attached to Doom.
Right. Except for that one sequence where they go into the first person where I would probably be like, this looks like Doom.
Yeah. Or that was a good concept. Oh, they should maybe do a Doom movie like this.
Right. So,
what would you rate it though? You can still talk about it.
No, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it's got a pretty decent cast. It's got Carl Urban's in it. Obviously The Rock. They've got.
Has Carl Urban ever made our underrated performer of the week?
Probably
not yet.
No, for Dredd.
Oh yeah, no, he's on there for that one.
He's definitely been on there for that. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you're not getting it for Doom, but you're getting it for Dredd.
Right.
It would have been a better time spent for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that. What was the name of the big boss? Never mind. Either way, it's the unbeatable final boss in Doom level. It's that. It's no fun.
I will give the Doom movie one Wolfenstein. That's what I'll give it. An even cheaper imitation. So you said you also saw The Scorpion King?
Yeah, I rolled directly into The Scorpion King. And again,
Is Brendan Fraser in that movie at all?
No. That's The Mummy 2. That's the one with the infamous CGI scene where the Rock turns into a giant scorpion centaur creature, half man, half rock.
I thought that was in The Scorpion King.
No, The Scorpion King is the prequel.
Right. It tells the story.
Tells the story of how he became. But here's the thing: it doesn't even tell the story of how he became the Scorpion King, because they cover that in the first 3 minutes of The Mummy 2, where they're like, there once was a king who lost his kingdom and was cursed, and just roll into it. And so this entire movie is just him winning the kingdom. It's a very cheap imitation of the classic swords and sandals and sorcery kind of movie,
Yeah.
But again, it's just been done better. Like Conan the Barbarian is a great example. The Beastmaster is a great example. Even Krull is a great example. And it just has the unforgivable sin of just being middle of the road and just sort of I've definitely seen that before. And that was cool, but yeah, nothing really sticks out.
No wow factor to it.
Yeah,
because I don't think I've ever seen it.
I mean, it's a competent movie, but it definitely doesn't look like it was shot, through a potato.
Right.
But there's just, it's all the same old tropes that they do in Conan the Barbarian and all those, the Tales of Hercules, whatever.
Fucking The Rock. Dwayne Johnson has made a fucking career out of that shit too. There was a meme online and it cracked me the fuck up. It was him in The Scorpion King. It was him in Hercules. Mm-hmm. Him in Black Adam, and then him in it was one other movie that was along the same lines. And it was like, these are all 4 different movies, and they all looked the exact fucking same. The character, the way they were dressed, I forget what the third one was. It was fucking hilarious. And then they did the same thing of him in a white shirt, looking up in the jungle, and it was these are all 4 different movies. It's Rampage, The Rundown. I forget the other 2, but Walking Tall. Yeah, I was these are 4 different movies. Yeah. My friend Calla, we all had that one quirky, whether it be a guy or a girl. If you're a guy, you probably had that one quirky friend girl at school. And this girl, Calla, really silly. But when the poster for the Scorpion King came out, it kind of tickled her funny bone in the way that some shit like would get to me. Like for example, like a boneless pork rib sandwich fucking cracks me up in its existence. But the poster to the Scorpion King made her just laugh and want to talk about it all the time because she was like, look at The Rock, look how big he is. And now look at him hold his little pussy little bow and arrow. Like what am I gonna do? Like, I would rather be shot with your bow and arrow than punched in the face by you. Like, what are you doing? And it just tickled her very much, and so she just wouldn't shut up about the Scorpion King poster. So I could never commit to seeing the movie because every time I saw him she like. Did you see the trailer when he's like looks all tough and he says the one-liner and then he like shoots the arrow in slow-mo? It's like there's no gunpowder's been existed. There's not gonna be an explosion. None of that shit. Well, like, she has a point. Like, what are you gonna do? Is it gonna ricochet off something? Like, no.
You're not wrong. Yeah,
it ruined it for me. But I'll always, every time I see or think of the Scorpion King, I think of her like rant. It would be perfect for the podcast nowadays if I could do it justice, but it was like a weekly thing. Her talking about the Scorpion King. So shout out to you, Kala. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, it's
kind of a cash grab.
Yeah, it's kind of a cash grab. But it was The Rock building his, he was building his franchise at that point. He was trying to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this was the only way that he knew how to do it, Like, he hadn't really broken into, like, the comedic area yet. Not necessarily saying that he wasn't a serious actor, but he knew, like,
I'm just typecast.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm gonna go be the hunky muscular guy who swings a sword for a couple of movies, and then, like, we'll see how that goes. So I don't know.
Did very well for him. So.
I mean, one of the most successful actors in Hollywood to date. So
yeah.
One of the highest grossing actors, or highest paid actors, I should say.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for him.
In terms of box office draw, I don't think there's anyone really higher than him.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Like, in terms of action movies or just overall?
No, just in terms of, like, butts and seats kind of thing. He's pretty high up there.
Sam Jackson?
No, it's not close. No, in terms of, like, if he were to drop a movie today, like, how many people would go see it just for his name? He's got to be in the top 5.
That's probably true.
I mean, him, maybe Tom Cruise, just because he continues with his reigning of saving the fucking theaters, actually. Like, whole different topic of conversation there, right. But yeah. Anyways, but he did pretty well for himself after the Scorpion King, so I'm not going to rip him too much. But I've just never been, like, that big on The Rock. Even when he was wrestling, he was so big that it made, not like in size and stature, but like in terms of his popularity, that again, I was just kind of a contrarian, and I was kind of working my way out of wrestling. That, like, the whole, do you smell? Like, I heard that shit every day. Well, you jabroni. Like, everyone, it was like Austin Powers by the time it got played out.
Sure.
But like, The Rock's hit me way sooner than it did almost anybody else.
Sure.
And it was just like, yo, like, this shit's fucking annoying.
Like, but I mean, to his credit, it's sort of indicative of how good he was. That, like, people who weren't even wrestling fans were like, oh yeah, I know The Rock. Yeah, he does the eyebrow thing. Right?
Yeah, no, and good for him. Like, it's his brand. But like, when you're kind of from this. I was never that big on him, and so when he transitioned, I had no appeal of being like, oh, but it's The Rock in a movie.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck. I don't watch the Rock wrestle.
Right. Yeah, I can understand that. Personally. Sure. But to his credit, as a wrestling fan, he was fucking brilliant back then.
No, he was electric, man. Like, there was plenty of, like, he was great for the sport. That's why we're still talking about it today. You love or hate the guy, he was great for the sport. So I wasn't but that's why I had never even today, it's like I'm not going to go see a movie just because The Rock's in it. I think he's serviceable in a lot of things, but I'm not, like, that high on him. Again, but do your thing, man. Make your successes. I'm happy for you.
What do you think is his best movie?
Oh.
It doesn't matter what you think.
You see? Exactly. You played to my point. Anyways, what would you rate it?
I'm gonna give it one overly complicated plan that could have been solved with just 2 people and a rope ladder.
In the Scorpion King?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Their final plan to, like, do whatever it is they got to do makes no sense at all. Just involves way too many people. Like, their whole point is they're trying to assassinate this, like, warlord, and they steal his sorceress, and she, like, apparently if she has sex then she'll lose her powers, and so, like, of course she and the Rock bone, and so, like, she goes back and she's like, oh no, I lost my powers, but I gotta prove to this guy that I still have my powers, because otherwise he'll kill me. So she goes through this whole, like, masquerade, And then in the end, it turns out she still has her powers, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's just a lie we tell people so we don't get like molested and shit." And we were like, "So if you had your powers the whole damn time, why wouldn't you?" And then you could just tell him how to get to the tower and just shoot the guy, and it would have been done. It takes 2 people and a rope ladder. Like, you didn't have to involve Michael Clark Duncan and the like cute, plucky Oliver Twist kid from the streets, and like none of these people, none of them needed to be involved. None of them.
Yeah, no, I get it. I appreciate you explaining that because
You got to see the movie to really understand what I'm talking about. But basically, it was just an overly complicated plan that, in the end, they didn't need to do anyway because the sorceress was lying the whole time about losing her power, so none of it mattered anyway.
So they make sure that they don't get molested by that does not make sense.
Right.
Now, Chewbacca is an 8-foot Wookiee. What is he doing on the third moon of Endor with a bunch of 4-foot Ewoks? That does not make sense. Anyways, what would you rate it? Oh, yeah, you already did.
Yeah. One overly complicated plan.
Well, what else was on your Rock Fest? Or was that it for Rock Fest?
I think that was it for Rock Fest.
What else did you watch? What else you been watching, my brother?
What else I've been watching right now? Recently rewatched the classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I saw that movie recently, and I swear we talked about it on the podcast. So if we did, I'm sorry, because we're going to talk about it again.
Marcus, are you insinuating that we might discuss a movie that we've already talked about?
I'm not only suggesting that, I'm saying I think we might, and we'll probably, without knowing, say the exact same points we said about it the first time.
Yeah. Welcome to the basis of our whole hanging out for the past umpteen years.
Yeah, fucking 30 some odd years. Yeah. Anyways, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, not the TV show.
Yeah. Classic. Loved it. I loved it. For me, it's a nice little piece of nostalgia because I actually remember seeing this movie in the theaters.
I remember you saw it at Movies 8.
Yeah, it was. We
had a second run theater here in Tallahassee that is no longer in business. Unfortunately, it was my favorite theater in town called Movies 8, and we were low middle class people, so we went there a lot. But yeah, as a kid, you don't care. It's like fucking. That's
I'm seeing a movie. Basically, it would be there 2 months or so after it ended its run, but tickets were like $3, so who gave a shit?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember when you saw that though.
Saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's great, featuring the effervescent Paul Reubens. He plays the
moment of silence. Rest in peace, Paul Reubens. Pee-wee himself.
Yeah,
he still plays one of my favorite characters in Blow. Derek fucking for real.
That's right.
Yeah, I love him.
Derek.
There was a story about him. Ted Demme directed that film, or was in that film, or whatever. And he was telling stories about like how he would Paul Reubens forever would they were in a text chain with some people from that movie and some other, and every year on the year he would just barrage him with gifts for his birthday, and not just like here's 1 or 2. It was like an all day, like, hey, it's your day, and just pelt him with it. So shout out to you.
Right on.
Making the world smile in more ways than one. So. Yeah. Anyways, Paul Reubens in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, he plays the vampire henchman.
The one-armed.
Yeah. Luke Perry cuts his arm off by running him over with his car. Or no, he has his arm through the sunroof and he knocks him off with a tree.
Yeah, with a tree.
Yeah. And then he lots of puns and jokes about that, like, Buffy, we can do anything. And she's like getting ready to stake him. She goes, "Oh yeah, let me hear you clap."
Dude, when I saw it a couple weeks ago, I forgot Buffy. Sometimes 90s and 80s hot doesn't hold up. Buffy was fucking hot, dude. I forget the actress's name, but she was
Kirsty Swanson.
Yeah, she's fucking hot.
Swanson, Swampy, Samsonite.
I was way off. Thank you for that. Oh man, that was a good one. I appreciate that. That should be on a bingo card. We forgot about your bingo cards. We never forgot. Y'all just never turned them in.
Yeah. Who else is in that movie? Donald Sutherland plays her mentor, Merrick.
Medic. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Basically the guy who like trains her in the ways of vampire killings and being the one and the slayer.
By doing cheerleading gymnastics.
Yeah.
You can ultimately destroy vampires by the hundreds of thousands.
Oh, let's not forget that like you get the PMS cramps whenever you're in the presence of a vampire. So there's always that.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, remember she keeps talking about how she's like cramped, and he's like, yes, that's a sign that you're near one. And she's like, oh great, my secret weapon is PMS.
Oh, that is right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought that was just literally her time of the month, and this whole event took place during her menstrual cycle or leading up to it. I learned something new today here at What You've Been Watching. I thought he was being serious. He was like, oh, yeah, that's what happens when you're near him. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know why I didn't piece that together all these years later. That movie fucking came out in 91.
Yeah.
2023. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I was today years old.
Oh, shit. Well, you witnessed knowledge. Michael's doing good older brother shit right there. That's why we do it as a family here at What You've Been Watching. Anyways, menstrual cycles. Donald Sutherland,
yes. Who else in that? Luke Perry from 90210 fame. Plays the bad boy. Rest in peace. His best friend, who gets turned into a vampire, is played by
David Arquette.
Yeah. WCW World Champion David Arquette.
Married to Courtney Cox. I don't know if they still are, but yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of. Like, who else was in that? I feel like we're missing somebody.
Oh, we are.
Who?
One Ben Affleck.
Oh, Affleck is in that, isn't he?
Yeah. You remember the scene where the dude who got turned into a vampire goes and plays the basketball game or whatever?
Yeah.
He gets in the one face of the kid and goes like snarls, and the guy just goes, dude, here, take it. Just hands him the ball. That's Ben Affleck.
Oh, man, Ben Affleck. Nice. Underrated performance of the week. Goes to Ben Affleck in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
See, who else is it? Stephen Root plays the principal.
He's awesome in everything, dude.
Oh, Rutger Hauer is the main vampire, and he is delicious in this. He is literally just one step away from like sweeping his cape across his face and just being like, blah.
He should. I don't really know his motivation though. Like, did he want to bride Buffy? But he also like
he wanted to eventually take over or like dominate the humans and use them like cattle, but he had to kill the Slayer in order to do that. Why he's killed the Slayer so many times before and hasn't done it, I don't think they really explain.
Yeah, because she's like the bloodline. So like if you kill Buffy before she has a kid, or does she just get reincarnated?
Sure, yes.
I don't know. Whatever.
See, these are the questions that they should have done instead of the gymnastics montage.
I don't know. That was pretty badass. Now, good for them though, man. Like that movie did stand for something, man. Yes, she does get objectified in it, but like, man, it was cool to see a girl kicking ass back in the day, man. Mm-hmm. She was one of the original to truly do it. Obviously, you got your Ellen Ripleys and your Sarah Connors and whatnot, but Buffy's up there, man.
She was the Ellen Ripley and the Sarah Connor for like the tweener set.
Yeah, for sure.
For like that age group that was, maybe growing out of middle school, going into high school, that kind of thing, and somebody look up to. She was very pro-feminist, but pro-feminist in terms of like I can do this, right. like I can find my own inner power, kind of thing. Yeah,
she was never damsel in distress-y or anything like that.
Not really.
I mean, Luke Perry came to her rescue, but it wasn't like, oh my God, save me!
Right. He was more sort of inserting himself to try and be of assistance. Not that she necessarily always needed the help.
Right, that's a good point. Yeah. But no, she's badass, man. I know you were a big fan of that movie when we were kids. That was steady in the rotation on the VCR, VHS, either one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And again, maybe it's a little bit of nostalgia, but I had a great time.
I don't know. I don't know. About a month ago, I watched it.
Yeah, I don't know that it necessarily passes for. Like, I don't know that today's like. How do I put this? I don't know that the same demographic that the movie was intended for back then would go for it now. Does that make sense? Like,
no, I got you. Like it was supposed to be for 14 to 18-year-old girls, or
something like
10 to 17-year-olds. Probably not nowadays.
I think today kids are a little bit more sophisticated, but who knows? They also like really ridiculous and surrealist shit like Adventure Time and the show and all that good stuff. So who knows? Maybe some irreverence would really catch on. I don't know.
Try it.
What I'm saying is remake Buffy.
Remake Buffy. There we go. Remake Buffy, and let's get it back to Joss Whedon.
That's right.
there's anyone who understands the female agency,
That's right.
it is Joss Whedon. What would you rate the 1990 whatever Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Michael?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it the sound of one hand clapping.
Well done.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let that sit because you don't need mine for Paul Reubens.
Right.
So we're gonna let that sit there. What else you been watching, my brother?
Oh gosh. Caught me mid Cavatier.
Oh, mid Cavatier.
Mid Cavatier. Let's see. Oh, saw a documentary on Andre the Giant. I'll keep it short and sweet, but it was basically
what was the name of it?
Andre the Giant.
Oh, really? I think I've seen. Is it on Hulu?
Yes.
I thought I saw it on there.
I think so.
I don't know. Either way.
Anyway, just covers his life and his sort of legacy and how he got into wrestling, and you know, basically just explains how like you don't get to the rise of Hulk Hogan without directly referencing Andre the Giant. Like the two are inexorably linked. You know,
right.
Like they're so intertwined that you've heard the expression like Andre the Giant ran. Or learned to walk so that Hulk Hogan could run. Yes.
I got you.
Thereof, yeah. Sure. Anyway, but it talks about his life and his legacy and just sort of it was really just kind of touching. I think it was only like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. So it's.
What did he pass away from? Just being a huge dude and heart problems?
Pretty much, and yeah, it gets kind of sad in the third act when it talks about just how broken his body really was, and it was. Because of the wrestling and just how high impact that is, but also just like his body was working against. He had I forget what acrogymigdula or something like that. But basically, it's gigantism. And,
oh wow!
And today it's very treatable. Like it's they literally just go in and they cut out a small piece of your pituitary gland, and then it helps regulate.
I don't mean to like cast shade or anything because I might be. Doesn't Tony Robbins have that? I've heard. I don't know. It could be a complete rumor, but
I don't know. I mean, I know.
I could be wrong. Tony Robbins like, oh fuck you. Yeah, right. I'm just tall, asshole.
I just got big teeth.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, I know that Paul White, the Giant, the Big Show, he had a similar condition, but he had the surgery when he was in his like late teens, I think, early 20s. So, but yeah, apparently it could have been treated, but it went undiagnosed for so long, and by the time it was caught and he had found a doctor that was willing to perform the surgery, he was basically like, he kind of knew he was on his way out anyway, and he was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, so basically, yeah, he got so big that his heart and his organs couldn't keep up, and he just sort of like, they just shut down. So.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sure they interview wrestlers that wrestled with him at the time. What was their overall thoughts on his legacy?
Just what a good guy he was, and how if he liked you, he would just do anything for you. And if he didn't like you, he would just make your life hell. Like if he didn't want to work with you in the ring, it was going to be a long night working for you. But you know, they interviewed Arnold Schwarzenegger. I guess was real good friends with him at one point, and he tells a story about how he and Andre were out to dinner one time, and the check came, and basically like he had just done some movie, I think Twins or something like that, and was like, Andre, I will pay for the check, and it's on me. And Andre goes, no, I pay. And he's like, no, but it's on me. I will do it. It's for me. I will do it.
You're so happy right now.
And he goes, I pay. And just lifts up Arnold Schwarzenegger like a child and sets him up on top of this like fireplace mantle and goes, I pay. And he was like, okay, you pay, boss.
Yeah, fuck you gonna say then? Shit could get even more embarrassing for you real quick when I burp your ass.
Should bend you over and change your diaper.
Yeah, for real. Don't get folded up. You got show muscles. I got go muscles.
That's right. That's right.
See what's up.
Exactly. Yeah. But just basically talk about how talented he was, and just how it was so sad that at the end of his life, just he was still so willing to work, but he was so limited. And like if you watch some of his later matches, you'll notice he's always like leaning on somebody, or like a lot of his holds were just like kind of stand in place and bear hug him.
Right. And
that was just because his back and his legs were so fucked up that he could barely stand. So he would just literally just lean on him. Or he's walking around, he's got one hand on the top rope the whole time, just trying to keep his balance. But was still out there and like taking chops and taking bumps and trying to sell the thing, you know. putting asses in the seats. Andre the Giant one more time.
Right.
So
they didn't really take care of wrestlers like that back in the day either,
they
man.
still don't really take care of wrestlers like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it got better, but it's a
Moderately.
multi-billion-dollar industry, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you're technically under contract for exclusivity, but you're also filed as a contract player, kind of gets a little muddied. So yeah, like, we'll cover you if you get hurt in the ring, but all those old injuries that you take over time, good luck proving that we're directly responsible for them.
Yeah, it's the whole concussion thing with the NFL. It's like, man, just do right by the people.
I agree. I agree. Especially somebody who's going to work for you for 20-something years and put on one of the greatest spectacles ever in WrestleMania 3 and literally made you millions of dollars.
Right.
Maybe just don't let the guy die alone in a hotel room. Just a thought.
Yeah, that's a pretty low bar, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So, well, do better, people. Vince or whomever the fuck's running the show now. Is it Triple H now?
Oh, I don't know.
Who fucking cares?
For legal reasons, I don't want to comment.
Right. Well, cool, man. No, I'm glad he got a proper send-off at least. He's a legend. Not just of wrestling. He's just a legend, period, man. Yeah. Anybody want a peanut, for sure.
That's right.
So.
I'll call the Brute Squad. I'm on the Brute Squad.
On the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
Yeah. He's great in that movie.
Let's see. After that, Knight's Tale. Saw Knight's Tale.
My friend Seth used to fucking love Knight's Tale, and he would rip on it every time. Like, oh, it's kind of corny because like they do the wave and they do like the boom boom clap.
Oh,
boom,
it's super corny.
But he fucking would always watch it though.
It's
like,
super
Seth,
corny.
we don't have to watch this if you don't like it. Whatever, we rented it again. Like, no, you rented it again because you like it.
Just say you think Heath Ledger's cute and we'll leave you alone.
Yeah, and Paul Bettany.
That's right. And let's see, who was the other friend?
Paul Reubens.
No, it wasn't Paul Reubens. It was it was Alan Tudyk. That was who I was thinking of.
Oh, the old Tudyk. He's doing a lot of shit. Yeah, I was close with Nathan Fillion.
Yeah,
doing a lot of shit
You're
together.
Close.
I forgot he was in that too, man. Yeah, he's been a Snap famous for a long time until he's not Snap famous anymore because he's been in so much shit. But yeah, what do you think about A Knight's Tale?
I mean, it's cornball, but I mean, it's if you've ever seen any sports movie,
it's a drumline. It's all of the same. Fucking,
it's Rocky.
It's the same. Yeah.
Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
It's all of that, but it's just with jousting. So.
It's which I mean, it's a formula that works. It's just do you have the leads to carry it? Like it's a plug and play. Like what's the subject? Oh, it's knights. Okay. But drumline's the same thing, just about.
So basically, Heath Ledger's character is he's a lowborn peasant who was, I guess, a page for a knight, and then the knight dies just of old age right before a tournament, so he decides to put on the armor and joust in his stead, and then sort of like one lie leads to another, so now he's this super famous jouster named Ulrich von Liechtenstein, and and he brings his comrades with him, and it's a con game. They're conning their way up the upper echelons, and then in the end he gets rewarded by the prince, who's like, "You're right, you are a good person. I dub you a knight." And I'm like, that's not how that works historically. Nope, that's not how that works.
But he has prince power.
Sure.
Couldn't he just dub whoever he wants?
I mean, I don't think that historically there's been many like, you know what, you're a good peasant, now you're a knight. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't. That's not usually how that shit works.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that movie for historical accuracy. It's me putting it out there.
Are you telling me that them doing the wave
and starting Queen chant, "We will rock you"?
Are you telling me when they played Golden Years at the ball, that wasn't really historically accurate?
It might be. David Bowie could have time traveled.
This is true.
That I might put into the realm of possibility, especially with all these alien scares going on. So. No, that's good. I mean, like I said, I've seen that movie a fair amount of times, but I have not seen it in fucking 20 years. But it was a summer that Seth was, my buddy Seth, same one that put me on The Ladies' Man, that Seth, also I can connect the dots, Seth Rico. He put me on that movie a lot of times. And yeah. Again, I moderately liked it then, and I moderately like it now.
Not much has
changed.
It's
a C+ movie. It serves its purpose, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I don't hate on it. I get it. But I mean, I wouldn't have. I remember when I was on record, and Michael can actually attest to this if he chooses to be honest. But when I know he won't. But when they announced the Joker, and I remember everybody shit on Heath Ledger, and they're like, "Oh, you can't fucking Knight's Tale. He's never." I was like, "You have no frame of reference. He's never played a villain."
Right. Yeah, that's true.
He has never played a villain. And I pulled up the filmography to people. I was like, "Show me where he's played one." Oh, he hasn't. Okay, well then you have no fucking idea.
Right.
Like, don't be content prior to investigation. Like, give him a chance. I could see it, maybe, but.
Sure, yeah.
Same thing with Robert Downey, though.
Yeah. Believe me, I've learned long ago to just we'll just wait and see how this one plays out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, still not as good a movie as Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
Most aren't, Michael. Most aren't. It'd be a long list if we're listing all the things that are not as good as that movie. One, Schindler's List.
Needs more ghost writing.
Needs more. If the Spirit of Vengeance showed up in fucking at the end of that movie, holy shit! Now that's a movie I would see. There'd be some vengeance to pay, in the writings of ghosts. But anyways, anything else, man? Yeah, it's been a while,
bro. That pretty much covers me. What you been watching, man?
Yes, there it is. A sweet platform for me to run my mouth about some nonsense. Now I'll make it quick. Not too quick, but just mostly catching up on some TV, man.
Sweet.
I've been on a little bit of a Danny McBride kick, as I remember I was talking to you about the Righteous Gemstones. I went back and finished. He did a show with, what's his name? Ben Best is the one who passed away. Jody Hill is the other creator of Eastbound and Down.
Oh,
and
sure.
All that stuff. Yeah, Ben Best is the guy that he created Eastbound and Down with as well. He passed away, though. But I think they have an overall deal at HBO, them and David Gordon Green. And so I went back and watched Vice Principals with Walton Goggins. Mm-hmm. That guy is fucking awesome. I love that guy. More of him in everything, please.
He's one of those character actors that always delivers a solid performance. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen something with him in it been like he was horrible. Like he does a really, really good job of taking secondary and tertiary characters and giving them such a this weird appeal. Like whatever character he's playing, you want to see more of that character.
Even in what's the one?
Django Unchained.
No, not that one. That was the other movie that he did with a Sam Jackson movie that.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Yeah. No, even in that. Well, don't mind me. He said, I'm talking nonsense. Why don't I just lay my hat over my head and let this carriage rock me to sleep? Like his delivery on shit when he plays country is great. And in Vice Principals, him and Danny McBride are fucking terrible. And Danny McBride tries to. The premise of it is they are vice principals. There's a principal. They're both fighting for the job because the Bill Murray is in episode 1 for 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's him retiring, and then these two fucking morons are like, "Yo, I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it," and they both hate each other. You can tell off rip. And then they bring in a new principal, this chick from Philadelphia, and they band together to usurp her and make her look bad, so they can the contest will be just between them two.
Right, sure.
And so they're fucking terrible people, and Danny McBride tries to hide him being terrible of well, I'm trying to do good, but Walton Goggins' character is no, dude, here, let's factually look at what you did, you fucking moron. You did this, you did that. You I'm trying to be like you. You guys think I'm the bad one. I'm trying to be like you. You're the one. You're the man of action here. So it's only 2 seasons, and the end of season 1, they get rid of the principal, and then season 2 is just them. Another threat emerges, and it's just them going back and forth.
Nice.
And so they're just fucking terrible people, but they end up being best friends. But also at the end of it, they're like, we can't be around each other anymore. There's way too many secrets. We can both go to prison for life for some of the shit we've done. But it's them trying to keep appearances, and Danny McBride has such a certain distinct style that he writes, and I think people try to imitate it, but it's kind of him. If I want a Danny McBride type of show, again, people might think it's one note or whatever, but just get him and his crew to do it.
Sure, yeah.
And it fucking works so well. It's these dark comedies where ultimately some of the overarching themes is people trying to do better, but just falling into the same fucking patterns.
Right.
Over and over.
Creatures of habit who can't seem to break the cycle or get out of their own way.
Incredibly selfish too.
Right.
But then want to use that selfish act that they did to parade it over somebody else. Is what a great guy.
Right. Or put a spin on it in terms of
controlling the narrative is fucking something that he does with his character so well. Of
very toxic personality.
Yeah, and so incredibly toxic. But the best example of somebody that you're still rooting for is in Kenny Powers in Eastbound and Down.
Right.
Because you do root for Kenny, but you realize what a fucking asshole he is. You're like, it's one of those times like, Kenny, I believe what you're saying right now, but like, I know the second this falls to pieces, you're gonna fuck me. And he's like, no, it's different now. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you a chance. And then he fucks you, and you're like, God damn it. Like,
right.
But it's
now
time.
I'm the asshole.
Yeah. And so you hate him for it, but you're rooting for him the whole time.
Yeah.
And that
like
kind of...
He's constantly like just this close to getting his shit together.
He's one bad move just from like, do it or not. And he's like, fuck it. And it's something selfish. Yeah. It's like, and he crashes down his little kingdom again.
Yeah, what is it? One oops-a-daisy erases 10 attaboys.
Yep. That's a really good way to put it. So Vice Principals is that pretty much. But that Walton Goggins is so funny in that, man.
Good.
Like he's, and then I finished that. That was 2 seasons, and then I got on to. I spoke about it earlier, but
what are you gonna rate it?
Oh, Vice Principals. Ooh.
It's not so fun being put on the spot.
No, it's not. I will give it 2 bullets that almost killed a man.
Almost
Killed a man. The actress, and she's carried over from that from Vice Principals. There's a twist at the end of season 1, and this is kind of what propels season 2. There's a twist where they finally get the principal out of town because they fucking burn her house down. Like, they ruin her life. But then they hardball her with something, so they blackmail her to get her out of town. And at the very end, the final scene of season 1 is Danny McBride is walking to his car to go look at the American flag, which is the principal's job to raise that every morning. And he gets shot by a masked gunman.
Okay.
And so season 2 is all about them figuring out who shot Danny McBride.
Okay.
And like, all signs point to logically, like, he goes on this giant quest and he even hunts down the principal who moved back to Philadelphia, who he burned her house down. He's like, you fucking moron. Who benefits it from the most is the guy who wants the fucking job the first time. Why wouldn't it be Walton Goggins? Right. Like, why wouldn't it be? It's just this quest of fucking stupidity the whole time.
What's the most logical answer to that one, you dumb?
Yeah, and she pretty much rises above. She's like, I'm not even going to fuck with you guys or press charges because you're going to get what's coming to you.
Yeah,
and so right. You got shot, and now you need a cane for the rest of your life. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. But no, I will give it 2 bullets that almost killed a man. But there's a female in there. I forget her name, golly. It's Edie something. Edie Patterson. That was in Vice Principals, and she carries over to the next show I watched, which was called The Righteous Gemstones. I've talked about it as well.
Yeah.
They just finished up season 3. I haven't done, but I did finish seasons 1 and 2. Fucking great, man. She brings the heat in all the shit she does, man. She plays batshit crazy better than anyone. And
if there's one thing you know about batshit crazy woman,
it's holler at me. Learn from my mistakes, but hey. Hey, look, I didn't help the cause.
Hey, we all have a type.
Yeah. Not you, Angie. We love you. No, but I like Righteous Gemstones in the fact that it's still the premise of it is, once again, just to rehash it a little bit, it's John Goodman,
Danny
McBride,
Adam
Devine, and Edie Patterson play the Gemstone family, and it's a megachurch, and they're demons, and they're bullshit as to who's going to seize the power of the church when what's his name, the dad,
John Goodman.
I almost said Dan Aykroyd. He's lost a lot of weight looking kind of Dan Aykroyd.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's lost a lot.
Right on.
Yeah, but no, John Goodman is stepping down from the church, and season 2 is like, all right, who's going to take over? But the thing that's great about this show is that Danny McBride has such a respect for the audience of like, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this series just because shit gets canceled with the streaming and this and that. They could go, well,
writer strike, this, that, the other.
Yeah, it's not profitable for us to do it anymore, and just to keep it on streaming, whatever. He wraps each season up in a bow, where if that's what you get, the end of season 1, everything's tied up. There's loose ends, but they're not necessary. Like, you could continue them if you want. Sure. The main thing,
like, he doesn't end it on a cliffhanger or something.
Nah, everything's wrapped up, and everything's smart, self-contained. So it's really cool. I dove into season 3 thinking that they dumped all the episodes all at once. And so I got into season 6, and I was like, looked down, and some completely different show was playing. I was like, what the fuck? go back to check. I was like, damn it. I outpaced the season. So I didn't know that, though. I didn't check.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
You're like, you mean I gotta wait? No.
But no, I would, again, man, there's a specific style to Danny McBride, and it's fucking really good, man. Mm-hmm. Like, and I look at all the people in these shows, and I'm like, just looking at the cast of like, hey, who's in it? This person, this person, this person. Yeah, I'd watch it. Sure. I'd watch it. Okay, yeah. I like Danny McBride. Okay, I like Adam Devine. Of course, I like John Goodman. I like Edie, whatever, Patterson, whatever her name is. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. I saw her in the other show. I'm like, yeah, she's fucking funny. Oh, you got Eric Andre to come in and play? Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, that's cool.
You got this other, Walton Goggins plays. John Goodman's wife dies.
Okay.
And she was the mother.
That's the impetus for the whole, like,
the mother of the Gemstone family,
right.
Yes.
Yeah, she was like the behind the scenes, like, glue that was keeping
absolutely.
it all together, right.
Walton Goggins plays her brother, named Baby Billy.
Baby Billy?
Baby Billy, and he's a grown man with white hair, and he's still Baby Billy. And they call him Uncle Baby Billy the whole time, like, Uncle Baby Billy. Which cracks,
that is some real Southern shit right there.
Which cracks me up because my cousin Steven, his daughter calls me Uncle Cousin to this day. It's like, oh, Uncle Cousin. Like, it's just stuck. So it's, but it's Baby Billy, and he fucking crushes it as like this 2-bit washed up. He used to sing like children's faith songs with his sister, like
a Raffi kind of thing, or like
but like misbehaving. They were like a traveling Partridge Family, fucking
singing about Jesus,
and kind of shit. And he's so washed up, but he wants his shot at glory again. And he's like, I am a commodity. I am not no washed up has-been. I am a damn commodity to the people of this church in this state. And he just won't let it go. And he's such a fucking asshole. It's all about like the duplicity, of people that are in church and their fucking secrets that they have. And,
right?
Yeah, I mean, kind of close to home, but...
Yeah. Last one at the club on Saturday, first one at church on Sunday.
So I wanted to give him a shout out. He's my underrated performance of the week in all of these roles that he's played. So, Walton Goggins, man. Fucking Baby Billy. That's Uncle Baby Billy.
Cool.
Yeah, I recommend all 3 of those shows, whether it be Righteous Gemstones, Vice Principals, obviously Eastbound and Down. Anytime I get sad, I just type in Will Ferrell, Eastbound and Down, gag reel about my plums and all that shit. Gets me.
Feel it deep down in my plums. Turn a purplish hue.
Yep.
Like they're ready for going to market.
Yeah.
Fresh in the sun.
Fresh from farm to table, he said. Ashley Schaefer, BMW.
I said, no. Let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch has been said thousands of times.
I can't even express to you how many times we've said that in the kitchen.
It's the fucking greatest, dude.
Hey, does anybody want to learn exposition? I said, no. Let the boy watch.
Exactly. So yeah, I would rate Righteous Gemstones. I think I rated it previously, but I'm gonna give it 3 private jets. 3 private jets. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
I was pulled from the source. I didn't write that, but I wish I did. The last thing I watched was the Emmy-winning sports documentary, Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh, with Rob McElhenney and Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool. Bro.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Ryan Felipe. Ryan...
Yeah. Ryan Dunn.
Yeah,
no. But no, it's... I don't want to... There's a lot of points that I'm going to say that we've already talked
Reynolds,
about.
that's his name,
Ryan
Reynolds.
Yeah. I was trying to think of other Ryans that weren't correct, but you hit most of them too quickly. I'll say it, though, man, it's a really great documentary, and it is the one thing that I care about in sports, and we've talked about it a lot, so I won't spend too much time on it. But the importance of this football club to this town of Wrexham is what the driving force of this show is. They do follow the ups and downs of the seasons, the wins, the losses, because ultimately, this is what people don't realize, is that why grown men and all this stuff can get into sports. Yes, it is a gladiator sport, yes, but really, it's the storylines. It's the storylines of sports, whether like, oh, if this team wins but this team loses, this team is then eligible for second place. And in second place, you can get a shot at the title in the tournament. We'll get a 1 seed. and then we can play at home for the playoffs. Like,
oh no, it's pro wrestling 101. It's fucking. I've seen these two fight together, and he's always won in this way, and he's never won under this condition. So now this is going to be the one that's going to settle it all. Or like, well, he attacked him a year ago and got injured. And now he had to go through, and like now he's back, or you know what I mean? Like it's the drama of like.
It's reality TV is what it is with fucking blood sport in between.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I mean, and that's what it is. And no matter what you think about, I just don't like most people get invested in the story. That's why there's you could turn on there's 4 different channels right now, or more than that, at least 4 different channels right now on satellite radio. Each one of them all dedicated to talking about sports. Right. It's because people
plans, strategies, what they should do,
not
what
just
they
that,
shouldn't
but
do,
just
opinions, this, that, the other.
The news of what happens if LeBron James moves from LA? Where does his legacy lead? Like dumb shit, because people care about the storylines of sports, and some of these people, like I said, they're grown men, and it's weird because Rob McElhenney talks about his love for the Philadelphia Eagles, and one of the reasons why he was invested in Wrexham was like they kept asking him, why this club, mm-hmm. And he was like, I want to do something that's obscure, that it means something to somebody. It's the third or fourth oldest operating football club in Europe, or maybe the world. I can't remember what the stat is, but really old club.
We ain't here for facts.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, wild speculation podcast. But the point being of it all is it means so much to this city, and yes, they do follow the ebbs and flow of the season, and it's a great storyline in terms of how it plays out for at least season 1. I won't spoil it, but it's been all over the news. But how soccer works. They buy the club, and they're taking them from in the English football league. You go from this tier to this tier to this tier, and if you lose, you get relegated. You get knocked down a peg. And if you win, if you're in the top 1 or 2 or 4 or whatever it is, you move up to the next league.
Sure.
And then from that league, if you go to number 1, you go up to the Premier League. And that's like where your Manchester Uniteds and your Chelseas and all that is.
Right.
So,
where Beckham dwells.
Yeah, exactly. And so their goal is to take them from the league they were in, which is one near the bottom, and bring them all the way up to the Premier League.
Like I said, it's the sports monomyth of scrappy underdog fighting their way to the top and all the trials and tribulations that lie in between.
Yeah.
Like, we started here, we're trying to go to here. How do we do that?
That?
We need a montage. Yeah. Montage.
And that 13 or whatever, how many episodes it is, this 13 episode season is that montage. And it's very cool to watch in the terms of, it's so cool in the idea of like, I know what it's like to go for a sports team that you're like, for example, like the Philadelphia Flyers right now. They're just dog shit. Like they just hired somebody as their head of operations that has zero background in fucking managing a hockey team.
So you're telling me that the pure charm and charisma of Gritty isn't enough to propel him into the championship?
No, he's excellence. But yeah, but I'm saying, but like we've all, whether you do or don't, you go for a team that you're like, to watch them suffer as it was. Like, Florida State when we've gone through their bad years. A lot of people jump off the bandwagon. But the people that...
I bleed garnet and gold.
Me too, homie. Me too. But like the people that stay for it, that's who this show is for. The people that fucking get it. And the people that cuss out your coach off of one loss. They're like, man, fuck, this guy's a fucking bum. And then next week when you win, you're like, I knew it. I knew if I just pushed him hard enough. Like,
and me personally, if I pushed him hard enough from the stands,
this sense of
you've never met him before, sir.
You've not taken a snap on this field ever, and you won't. And the idea that there's this sense of belonging.
Do they have snaps in soccer?
They do. On the pitch. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm in football, soccer, same shit. Don't question.
Your metaphors are confusing.
Whatever.
Sports.
But the point being, like, the investment that these people have and, like, the ownership, for lack of a better word, that sports fans feel in their team is fucking so real. And so that is really the heart of the show. And it's also much so about Ryan and Rob are in it as well. But it's kind of them, like, forming a new friendship because they had never met in person until they fucking bought the club. And
didn't one of them just send a text like, do you want to buy a football club or something like that?
Yeah, the joke is like, I had TV money, I needed movie money, I needed Deadpool money, I needed aviation gen money, I needed somebody who owns their own cell phone company money to be my partner in this. And so he did. And so it's kind of like their friendship explained, and the two grow to love each other very much. And also just kind of keep up with the players and their stories and stuff like that, and just the town itself. And it's very cool because it does show a little bit more soccer than like Ted Lasso did, but it still is very much so about the impact of this club and how much it means to this small group of people in Wales.
Sure.
And it's kind of dope to watch, man. So I fully recommend it. I would give it, I don't know how many of those little octagonal things are on the soccer ball. So I'm going to guess 28 of those. That's what I would rate
28?
28 of those. 28 of the little octagons that are on the soccer ball.
No, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think there might be 32, but this is getting to
I think
28.
there's probably a lot more than 32.
Can't be.
Write us in at what you've been watching.
What you've been watching if you know the answer to that question. There might be 64, but you're getting 28, and that's a good score. But no, I dug it though, man. It got nominated for a lot of Emmys, and it's well deserving. It's a really good documentary. So
good.
They have really funny interludes too, where they're like, "Get to know Wales," and the whole episode is just about them, like talking about the language, the cuisine, the sights to see, the story of it all.
The world famous Welsh cuisine.
Whatever.
Let me guess, boiled and salted everything.
You're not too far from the truth. They do talk about, so they show two things that you can make, and but yeah, they just kind of tell the story of it all, and they have little funny interludes and stuff like that they do throughout it. And they're only like 30 minutes a piece, I think, the episodes. So
cool. And you said it's like what, 8 to 10 episodes?
I think it's 13 episodes, about 30 minutes a piece. So
okay,
a lot of F-bombs in it too. So
great,
good for you, FX.
Fuck yeah,
FX is taking a lot of fucking liberties with what the fuck they can say, because I think Disney is just kind of like, look, if we can't put it on Disney Plus, it's going to you.
It's going on FX, right? So, for sure.
So, on that note, I got nothing else. I'm pretty much caught up. We're going to talk Barbie, though.
Oh, we got one thing we need to talk about.
Oh, man.
Oh, the pink nightmare that is the Barbie movie. But first, let's take a quick break. Let's hear from the sponsor, yeah?
And our sponsor this week is the sun level in Super Mario Bros. 3. The sun in Super Mario Bros. 3. Because sometimes art imitates life.
Welcome to Bearcast. Today we're talking about how hot it was on the trail. I had to dig a hole, and then I didn't want to move out of it for like 15 minutes because it was hot.
And the hole was cold.
The sun's trying to kill me.
Again, Super Mario Sun from Super Mario Bros. 3.
You know the level where the sun attacks you and is like, every time your back is turned, it's trying to
swoop down
on you? That's the Florida heat right now.
Florida heat right now. Yeah, it had record highs across the globe. It's like one of the hottest summers ever. And I forget who it was. Somebody did a poll, and it was a really trusted source, and I wish I could remember the fucking name of it, but it was on like NPR and a bunch of other stuff. But they asked, is it hotter? Does this summer feel hotter than past summers, or hotter than usual? Whatever the question was. And almost like down the line, almost damn near 100%. Your answer to it affiliated with your party line.
Oh, really?
Which is just fucking sad. It made me have like no faith in the world. Yeah, it was.
So all the conservatives were like, "Yeah, it's not that hot."
I remember some hotter summers. Like record-wise, it's one of the hottest summers. I think it is the hottest
consistently in terms of like number of hot days consecutively.
I know that 6 days in a row was a fucking killer, but whatever.
Oh, where the entire country was having like
the whole world was
like having 108 degree temperatures.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just sad when I saw that. I was like, "There's no hope for us. We can't get out of our own way for political affiliations." Like, fuck out of here. But anyway, so it's brought to you by the sun. It'll melt us before we get there.
So let's talk about a non-controversial movie.
Yeah. That really toes the party line.
So we both saw... well, first off, you saw Oppenheimer. So we do need to talk about that.
I did.
The Barbenheimer movement is real.
I'm very glad that it is, man. And we'll just talk about the weekend of Barbenheimer real quick before we get into... We're going to talk about the Barbie movie. It's very cool in the sense of, like, it proves that people are willing to go out to movies. And the whole movement itself started as a meme of, like, Barbenheimer, where were you? And then the meme took off and became a life of its own. And in that process, it became the 4th highest grossing weekend for movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of all time. Behind,
I'm sure probably like the premiere of Avatar probably beat it. Probably Endgame might have.
Endgame, Infinity War, Force Awakens.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and then Barbenheimer is the 4th.
Yeah.
So it became something all its own. Granted, Barbie is now inching towards the $1 billion mark.
Oh no, crossed the 1 billion mark.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, crossed the $1 billion
Oh yeah,
mark.
yeah, billion dollar club.
Yeah, so good for you. But it just shows that people are willing to go to the movies, and it's certainly not dead. Not only that, but like people are starved for IP, man. It's not just. We were talking about a little bit with like The Machine, how like that. It was stupid the fact that they made The Machine go up against what's his name's movie, Sebastian Maniscalco's movie. When it's like, so that one did $4.5 million, the other one did $4 million. If you guys would have waited 2 weekends, or a weekend, or one before,
you could have crushed and had $8 million.
Each could have had 8.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which is a better start to it all. But like to compete against themselves, and people want to shit on those movies, but then they, at the same breath, oh, that movie fucking sucked. And then when these giant franchises come out, like whether it be Fast and Furious or the Marvel fatigue, people tell these fucking superheroes movies ruined everything.
Right.
Well, then go
it's
see
all the same shit. No.
Go pay for something.
So is the Fast movies. So is like every Christopher Nolan movie.
Right.
Like it's all the same shit, and yet somehow that has value over the other thing. Like no, like just go see the thing that you like, and
or just take a fucking gamble. Go see something that you want to support. You're like, oh, I like small independent comedy movies.
Sure.
Okay, well that one sucked, but at least I spoke with my money to the studio saying there's a market for this. Sure. Eventually, if they keep seeing the money here, they're gonna fucking find a formula that works, and one of those is gonna be a fucking home run. And that's how you get your Wedding Crashers. That's how you get your Old Schools. That's how you get your
Kevin
fucking
Smith. How you get your Richard Linkletters. How you get your Robert Rodriguez.
All that shit.
Like all that.
Well, I mean, I was just sticking to comedies, but yeah.
Well, no, but still, like the same idea of like consistent directors that, hey man, if you give me a movie, I can guarantee you, like Kevin Smith has always said that, like if you give me $6 million, I can guarantee you 16 million.
Right.
Which is it a blockbuster? No, but I've covered my expenses and I made you guys a little bit of money, and it keeps me in the game a little bit longer.
Right. So that's my point, is just to support things. But the weekend of Barbenheimer really did show that, like, yes, Barbie is a franchise. Yes, there's more Barbie, probably I would think more Barbie DVD movies than damn near any other single franchise out there. Maybe like My Little Pony or some other stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to be up there though, man.
Yeah, you might be right on that in terms of just
Barbie's Princess Adventure, Barbie Mini.
Yeah, just like, little 30 to 60 minute movie, like, just kids movies.
Y7
they just keep
movie,
cranking them out. Like, because they're at this point with CGI being what it is, like, it's all cheap to make.
There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
I've somebody I date.
Yeah, I think maybe you might be right. Maybe My Little Pony is a second, but probably a distant second.
Yeah, but so Barbie is 100% a franchise, but still it's a new franchise, new to at least major motion picture. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So the fact that people show up for it in droves is very cool. Same thing with Oppenheimer. Yes, you do have the built-in Christopher Nolan audience, but the fact that people are like, hey, we're going to make both of these movies singularly is one thing. Mm-hmm. Together, it's bigger than both. It's way bigger than the sum of its parts.
Sure.
And it's fucking really cool to be a part of. So shout out to everybody who went and saw at least one of those movies or both of those movies. I didn't do a double feature. I went one weekend then the next. But
That's all right.
But,
so I have not seen Oppenheimer. So I mean, I'm familiar with the historical story of it in terms of it's the man who created the atomic bomb and sort of forgive the pun, but the fallout of his emotion of realizing that he had forever changed the world and that like warfare would never be the same kind of thing.
Yeah, the trajectory of humans would never be the same, and it's the burden of you've officially made. Part of it is like, can you make the bomb big enough where we can ensure peace forever? You know, and that's part of the question. And then secondly, it's like you've also given humans the means to destroy themselves now.
Sure. Right.
Yeah.
You've essentially created the sword of Damocles that's hanging over the neck of humanity forever at this point.
Right. And the goal was to like...
It's so easy to push the button, but we can't push the button.
Right. So it's really a really... I will say I truly think it is Christopher Nolan's best movie.
Really?
Yeah. Some people he still can't...
Dunkirk
I think is pretty high up there too. But Dunkirk... He does the same thing that he does in all those movies, pretty much all of his movies, is he He just can't do a linear storytelling.
Yeah, just
damn
playing
near
with
to save his
time,
life.
yeah.
This one,
He saw Pulp Fiction and was like, that's how you do a movie.
that's how you do every movie. Yeah. This one, it does kind of jump around in the timeline, and there's 2 stories going on. There's 2 trials going on. Ultimately, one is whether he's going to keep his like head of the board of something, and the other is somebody else trying to his own trial going on where he's telling the story of Oppenheimer. So it's kind of 2, and a third timeline jumps in briefly.
Okay.
But it's kind of, it still is convoluted, but in my personal opinion, it's him. It's the most out of his way in terms of storytelling, linear storytelling, or non-linear storytelling, I should say, that I've seen him. Short of The Dark Knight.
He's going out of his way to sort of like play with time, and like this sequence happens before that sequence, but after this one, and
yeah, I never felt lost as to the events. I wasn't like, oh, did this happen before or after or anything? Like, I felt pretty in tune with it, and he kind of just weaves the non-linear structure kind of around the underlying, like, hey, here are the events.
Okay, so a little, so less Memento.
A lot less Memento, a little bit better than The Prestige in terms. Well, actually, I think that also might be one of his best movies. But
yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah,
shout out to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, The Prestige gets in its way a little bit, but this movie not so much. Like Interstellar, I like, but that movie's I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
and everyone talks about the science of it. That's cool.
Yeah, once it reaches the third act, it does kind of become like this surrealist, like nihilist sort of existential crisis or just like, what is life? What is humanity? What is time? And it's like, yo, dude, just tell me how I'm supposed to feel about this movie.
Yeah, it's a little. And obviously Inception is
I just want to feel all right.
Right. And Inception is a good movie, but it gets lost in itself.
And it was a half-remembered dream.
I'm going to do, Michael's heard this joke a million times. Here's my impression of Christopher Nolan pitching Inception to Legendary Studios and Warner Brothers.
Go.
All right, so I got this idea for this movie, all right? It's a dream, but dreams in the dream time slows down, but then you go inside that person's dream, and you're inside the dream, but you can plant an idea in the dream, and in the dream, that idea, you incept it into his life. But if you go inside the dream in which you're dreaming in, you slow it down even more. And Warner Brothers goes, very good, Chris. When do we get Batman 3?
I love that Christopher Nolan was played by Chev Chelios.
Yeah. I don't know who that is, but sure.
He was the guy from Crank. Jason Statham.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah. But no, Oppenheimer, I think I'm not trying to like dick ride anybody else's review of it, but somebody kind of had hinted in so many words that like it kind of took the other movies that he did to get to this point, and I can agree with that. And I think if we're lucky, we might be seeing Robert Downey Jr. get an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting.
Oh,
I think
good.
It's the type of movie that the Academy would like with the star power to do it.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, and we're going to get a sequel called Oppenheimer 2, The Rebombing.
Yeah, no, it's but no, it's just
they're going to bring in Ron White to play as, or who would it be? Oh, it would be somebody ridiculous like.
Oh, just to throw the franchise away?
Yeah.
Oh no, it would be one of the Belushi brothers or fucking
Chris
Farley.
Yeah.
One of the non-funny ones. But either way,
non-funny ones.
Oh, well, let's be real. I would do the same movies that the Belushi brothers did, or Chris Farley's brother did. Make a name for yourself, get your ticket while it's hot, but come on, man. Let's be real. The wrong kid died.
The wrong kid died.
Anyway.
Oh, that's going to be fun to cut later. I just spiked that one.
Oh, nice. But no, Oppenheimer, I really do recommend it.
Wrong kid died.
Let's be real here.
That tickled the shit out of me.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. Oppenheimer.
No, I really do recommend it. Emily Blunt's really good in it. Florence Pugh is seductive in it, to say the least.
See her boobies.
You do get to see her boobies more than once.
Pubies.
Florence. I see what you did there.
Right.
Yeah, but
Now you're stuck on pubies, aren't you?
yeah, it was a good one. But no, she's incredible. Like the whole cast is really good. I shouldn't just name off one by one. Everyone's really good in it.
Sure.
Cillian Murphy is incredible.
But he's in everything.
It's not a lot of action. It's really the action is in the dialogue. They explain like this is what's going on. They don't show you like, oh, we have a breakthrough, because really what it would be was just be a bunch of fucking dudes sitting around a chalkboard going like and then printing notes and then they don't show any of that. They just fast forward to like this happened. What's the reaction?
The action would be like they work out the math equation. And they go, oh shit, we can do that.
Yeah, and if you're not into math, they still lean into some of that. It's very heavily implied in terms of like they bring up terminology that some reviewer was saying his wife was a physicist, I believe, a nuclear physicist, and like they were talking about some of the particles in which they can the housing unit for the nuclear bomb, and like they were like she got all giddy about it, like, ooh, and then the Germans went down the wrong path and they studied to do it underwater and that was wrong, and we were actually had a head start on them, so the 6 months in advance that they did have on us, we made up that lost time for them right there, and it's like a throwaway line. So once again, you got to understand, like, so
nerd shit. Chris
Nolan does his fucking homework. Like, he doesn't always present the information well, but he does his homework. You can't say he doesn't. You know?
Oh no, no, he's
so. But I fully recommend it. I wouldn't be surprised, whether it's you agree with it or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it won Best Picture. Like, it's.
I think maybe it might have a strong contender with the next one I want to talk about. But
well, let me know when you watch Oppenheimer. Which I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the best movie of the year. I'm just saying it's something.
Sure,
it's something the Academy is
going
to gobble up.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is very much an Oscar grab. The Academy salivating like, ooh, it's historical and it's got all the famous people in it and they're all the best actors and it's this brilliant director and blah.
And in typical Chris Nolan fashion, there is technologies. Excuse me, there is a lot of technology used, and not only just like they preserve technology but create technology for the film Oppenheimer, which
like the Abyss cameras or
the something like James Cameron would do, or somebody like Alfonso Cuarón.
Sure.
So they do it, and he shoots it specifically on film for IMAX, so it's like a cinematographer's kind of wet dream too. Any director of photography is going to look at it and go like, oh, this is fucking really pretty. So there's a lot of bait there that the Academy's probably going to take. So
apparently the movie is just like burning up IMAX cameras because the reel is like 10 miles long.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, yeah, they've shown behind the scenes images from like IMAX theaters, and the reel that the movie comes on is, 12 feet across in diameter.
Shit.
And they're like, yeah, this thing like unspooled would be like, I forget what it says, maybe a mile and a half or something like that, or like a mile and a quarter or something like that, but like it's literally a mile of film footage and it's burning through cameras.
Oh wow.
So there's this whole outrage of IMAX viewers who are like, well, I got to see half the movie and then they were like, sorry, our film fucked.
Oh yeah, I hadn't heard that, but yeah. That's wild shit, man. Fucking see it when you can then. I will say.
So what are you gonna give it? What's the rating?
Just real quick, I won't spend too much time on it because it would spoil it.
I'm pretty sure we know how the story works.
Well, no, I don't mean that, but it's I can't describe it. But obviously, the big point, like the sale of the movie ticket, is like the testing of the nuclear bomb, and when they test it is. They claim that there's no CGI or anything like that because it's lazy, and I'm very interested to see. And Christopher Nolan probably won't reveal it, but how they did that shot. Because to see that in IMAX, I was underwhelmed only because I had heard the hype. It's fucking incredible. You must see it in IMAX. So I was expecting this like gobsmacked, like, oh my god, I'm so glad I paid the extra
experience.
Yeah. And it isn't that, at least in my opinion, but it is still very fucking cool. Okay. And it's very to do things what I think on the subatomic level to show them at that scale. It's pretty fucking rad. Like there's a constant. One of the ongoing themes is like when Oppenheimer is in thought or anything like that, there's always like this world beyond the world. Like he'll be in thought and in the overlaid over his mind or kind of on the foreground or whatever. There's electrons whirring, or things vibrating at a subatomic level that is kind of, you can almost see him being distracted by the hum of it all. And it's there's a lot of
listening to music when you're writing or
a little bit.
Like
or he's troubled by
background television noise or something like that.
Yes, but you can see there's a sense of trouble on his face about it all. And whoever plays Albert Einstein in the movie is fucking awesome because he's not in it much, but whoever wrote the script for him, he has some like Yoda-like shit that you really have to kind of sink your teeth into to be like, oh yeah, like they're going to chew me up and spit you out.
Do they have a line where he says, "No shit, Einstein"?
No.
Damn, wasted opportunity.
I know.
Talk to me, Chris Nolan. I'll punch up the script.
Right? I'll punch up the script. So I would give it the review of Truman having to make a very tough decision twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'll do. Okay. We'll leave it there.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So yeah, Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie. Existential dread wrapped in pink and slathered in commercialism. So
is that the tagline?
I mean, it should be.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know.
I really liked it.
We can get into it, but
yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Before we say anything, let me just interject real quick.
Sure.
I'm going to use an analogy. I'm a diehard Florida State fan. I'm a diehard Eagles fan.
Sure.
Either one of those teams can win a game, and I can still go and be critical of it. And it doesn't mean that I'm not a fan of it.
Sure.
So I can like something and still be critical of it. So before anyone thinks we're just going to shit on this movie or anything like that, we both just said how much we liked the movie. Yeah. I liked it a lot. You had a smile on your face. I know it didn't translate to podcast, but he said he liked it. So we're all going to be a little critical of it. Please don't get your all worked up about it.
But you can be critical of something and still
like
enjoy the shit of it.
Like I said, if the Eagles win on Sunday and they had 6 turnovers, I'm going to go like, well, fuck, we won, but goddamn, there's a lot to clean up. You know what I mean? I can still be critical of the performance. So that being said, neither one of us is anti-Barbie. So Michael, by all means, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Barbie. So basically, Barbie wakes up in her little Barbie dream house and starts having all these existential feelings of, death and dread and regret. And it kind of interrupts her whole Barbie lifestyle of just living life and cruising down the street in your little pink Corvette and going to your job and making the best Barbie you can be. And so she learns that she has to go into the real world in order to find the girl that is playing with her doll to influence her and change her mind in order to win her back to the Barbie lifestyle.
Yeah, the whoever's playing with the doll's negative emotions is rubbing off on her, and it's making her have cellulite and not be so quote unquote perfect or whatever. Is really what it boils down to.
Yeah,
so she ventures to the real world to solve the issue, and
and then
hilarity ensues.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling attaches himself and says, "I'm going with you, Barbie," and she's like, "Okay, sure, but you're kind of useless," and he's like, "I know."
Which, by the way, in this movie, Matthew, our middle duds, has we gave him a free one to put up on the What You Been Watching Hall of Fame wall, up there with Jeremy Renner, up there with Justin Long, a couple other people. I can't remember them all right now, but I can go look. Matthew put Ryan Gosling, aka Baby Goose, up there. I want to corroborate his and solidify his movement to the Hall of Fame after this movie.
I agree.
Because I'm not trying to be mean, but he fucking stole every scene he was in.
Absolutely. Margot Robbie is great. Will Ferrell is absolutely hilarious, but Baby Goose, that's the one to watch.
It's not even an underrated performance. This is just a salute.
Oh, it's overrated.
It
is over the top. It is so good that you're like, this is just delicious.
Yeah, it's great. So I wanted to give a big shout out. Thank you, Matthew, for moving him up there before you were ahead of our time.
You have a permanent placement in the Casa Dojo...
Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Mojo Dojo Casa House.
I love the fact that he named everything twice. So Mojo Dojo Casa House is completely redundant. And then he would say things like, I'm a sports athlete.
Right.
Or he would say, will you be my bride wife? Brewski beers, all that shit. Very funny thing throughout. So his comedic timing is great.
My job is just beach.
He's like, I'm not a lifeguard, contrary to popular belief. He's like, I'm going to the real world. You can't go. What if there's beach? He was great in it. But anyways, there's a lot of themes in the movie that we can talk about, and we all know really what you're here for. You've been waiting eagerly to hear the opinion of two straight white men in their 30s and 40s about the Barbie movie. We know.
But what do the white men think?
What do the white men think?
That's what we need to know.
We here at What You've Been Watching will not let you wait any longer. We're here to deliver the sauce for you. No, we understand.
With us dropping this, it is official. This is the end-all, be-all. There will be no opinions after this.
Look, white people, from this point forward, you can just refer back to this podcast. We got you. This is the definitive one. You don't have to talk about it anymore. We'll wrap it up, all the loose ends, right here, right now.
That's it.
And if we left it out, we left it out on purpose, because fuck it. That's how we roll here. But Marcus, I think you left out the...
No.
Go back to the podcast. Is it in there? No?
Nope.
Then I'll talk about it.
Right.
Anyways, there's a lot of themes of feminism.
Mm-hmm.
Very pro. Not only just here at What You've Been Watching, but this movie is
Right.
a little bit... And here's the thing, man. I just want to talk about some of the fucking egregious aspects of the things surrounding this movie. As we talked earlier about Barbenheimer being a movement, it was fucking sad, but like in a sad way. It was fucking hilarious. Watching the overreaction of like fucking fat fucks, fat white fucks getting mad about fucking Barbie.
This movie emasculates men and relegates them to a
Subservient role.
There's just a subservient role. All they're there is just to be eye candy. I'm like, yeah, welcome to being a woman for the past, I don't know, 70 fucking years.
Or the way we...
Or probably longer.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We don't do math here at What You've Been Watching. It's been a while. We don't know. He's been in the male
Listen,
gaze.
history didn't exist before America. I can't go back that far.
And we barely go back to the beginning of these podcasts. So outside of that, good luck. But no, man, it was hilarious to me watching people get... So the same people that will call you triggered for like bringing up one are the same people that are literally making a video. They care enough to... I don't care. I don't care. You care enough to make a video.
Right.
You,
a 15-minute video on YouTube of you sitting in your truck.
Of how criminal fucking...
Extolling the terrible, virtues of Barbie.
And woke, it's woke Hollywood. Like, just shut up, dude. It grossed $1 billion. People obviously have an appetite for it. So that to me was funny. And I could...
Well, but here's the thing. And this is really what it comes down to me is this movie is just a 2-hour commercial for a singular product. You're complaining about a 2-hour commercial for a toy.
Not only that, you're a grown man complaining about, yes, a movie about a product, but the product is made for little girls.
Right.
Like, initially. Let's be real here. So, like, what the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
Like, fucking... And here's the other thing.
Hey, man, not your circus, not your fucking monkey.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I'm going to make an analogy here is... And Michael looked at me crooked when I said it. I actually would put the Barbie movie, in a lot of aspects, in the same realm as South Park.
Okay, explain that.
And I will say this. What is South Park ultimately about? Yeah, it's about 4 boys. But in the more recent years, what have Matt Stone and Trey Parker done with their social commentary in terms of South Park? South Park is a tale of extremes. It is a tale of the people that would be pro-vaccination that are like, you gotta get yours now, and they fight to...
You're gonna kill everybody!
They kick old people out of the way.
Do you want to kill grandma?
Yeah, or they push old people out of the way to go get their own.
Right.
They have a whole heist about like, we gotta sneak in there with the old people to get ours because they're just having shots in there for free. They're getting them every hour on the hour.
Right.
And then there's the people that are anti-vaccination, and again, they play it to the extreme where they all start getting sick and then they blame it on something else. It's the weed, and it's like
Right.
So, and it's a tale of extremes. So. Why I say that's kind of akin to Barbie is, yes, is feminism very prevalent in this movie? 100%.
Yes.
And it should be. It is the I would say, the main theme of this. And being pro-women, being pro your own, not pro-choice in terms of that way, but do fucking you. Ultimately. Be strong, whatever. But the reason the tale of extreme comes in is when they talk about the patriarchy. Like, they fucking play it up to the point, like, you understand that they're playing this up not only for dramatic effect, because the theme, they're bashing you over. They're saying, hey, look, this is how it can feel to us at times. It's like, fuck, it's a man's world. So they're bashing you over the head with it to prove a point.
So basically in Barbie... Sorry.
So for an extreme... So they're playing to the extremes for dramatic effect. But not only that, like South Park, they're playing to the extremes for comedic effect.
100%. Yeah.
So, you understand that they're taking a serious subject matter and they're coding it in a fucking giant joke of going, well, this is what it feels like to us, and they're playing in extremes in that realm.
Sure.
So I really appreciated that. No, there's not some fucking secret cabal of men that when we walk in a room, we make eye contact and we're like, hey, how you keeping those women down over there? Hey, I'm doing a great job. You hold those bitches down. I'm holding my bitches. I'm not letting them do shit without my permission.
Cosby to Weinstein, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly. But in the movie, it fucking plays for effect.
Right.
And it works well because they're proving a fucking point.
Sure.
So
yeah.
That's so when I say it's
just in terms of like in Barbie Land, they relegate all the men to just like eye candy and like they have no real status
bearing on society.
Yeah, no bearing on like all of the astronauts, all of the doctors, all of the lawyers, all of this is all powerful women who are being played by Barbie, quote unquote. Right. And like Ken even has a line like, well, my job is beach. Everybody thinks it's lifeguard, but they'd be mistaken.
It's a common misconception. It's just beach.
Right. He's just beach Ken. Right. Like even to the point where when he steals away with Barbie to go to the real world, he's like, what happens if there's beach there, Barbie?
And he gets there. I knew there'd be beach. See? Yeah, he's fucking
like... Yeah, so yeah, it is played to extremes, but it's meant to turn it on its head and be like, we're not saying that this is exactly how it is, but it can feel this way sometimes.
Right. And even if it is, like, it's fucking... It's a movie. Like, you understand that, like, once the credits stop rolling, you can go back to the real world. Like,
right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was hilarious and brilliant for that, to really beat you over the head with it, to be like, hey, what if? And, like, that's the suspension of disbelief. If you can't suspend that, don't see the fucking movie. Like, did you forget that that's the contract you signed to go see a fucking movie?
Right.
Like...
Just go on the ride, bro. Just
take the ride.
You're allowed to feel however you feel about it, but...
And, like, there's a joke where Ken goes, obviously he gets... And the idea of, like, he tries to bring the patriarchy back. Again, it's played to the extreme because he's only been in the real world with, quote-unquote, what he thinks men is running the world for, what, like, a day?
Right.
A few hours, a work shift maybe, 8 hours.
Right.
And he goes back, and it's like... And then he brings what his conception of it is. Which, that would be like me writing from... the perception of a perspective of a pregnant teenage girl. I have no fucking idea.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I hung out with one time.
But I hung out with one time, so let me formulate my whole world off of what I think I know about the situation. Right. And that's what he's doing. So he's going back and like fucking with Barbie Land for that reason. And to me, it's fucking played to a great effect because it's like he's a fucking moron because he thinks he's being smart, but he doesn't even grasp the concept of how little he even knows about the situation.
Right. Like,
so it's
trying to be head chef and he can't cut salad yet.
Yeah, he saw a movie about a head chef once, and he's like, oh well, if I just and even then, once he learns that the patriarchy wasn't all about horses, he lost interest in it. Which, the horse is just...
That's a great joke that they keep bringing up.
The horse is just a man extender.
Right.
It's like Ken thinks that the patriarchy is all about horses. And it kind of is, but it's kind of not.
Kind of not. Yeah.
But no, that's how I felt about it, though, man. Is the people that want to get worked up about it, I'm just want to like scream in their face. Like, you understand it's for comedic and dramatic effect, right?
Sure. And yeah, it is a little overbearing in terms of, yes, it beats you over the head with feminism and pro woman and this, that, the other. But in the same breath, like, it also keeps striving to make the point that like even America Ferrera, who plays the lady that eventually find out was the woman that was playing with the Barbie doll, and she was doing it out of nostalgia of trying to recreate her childhood and relive
her time with her
daughter and stuff like that,
who's grown into a little teenage fucker,
who is just completely like
kind of
not
unlikable.
Fun, just completely unlikable. Like, hey, listen, 16-year-old, just your mom's working hard for your ass, just smile a little bit. Like, you'd be a whole lot prettier if you smiled, kind of thing.
Oh man.
But that's kind of my point, is that like even America Ferrera, like the whole impetus in trying to save Barbie Land from the patriarchy is they take all the brainwashed Barbies and she just gives him a rousing speech about how, like, well, if you want to be a mother, that's okay. But also, if you don't want to be a mother, that's okay. Because kids are complicated, and sometimes you don't always like your kids. But sometimes you got to put on the face that you like your kids. And then you got to concern yourself with your career. But you don't really give a fuck about your career because it's a man-dominated world anyway. So now I got to figure out how I got to fit into a man's world. But all I want to do is be like, go fuck yourself. Like,
it's a great monologue.
It's
a great monologue.
But the ultimate point of the monologue is being a woman is hard. There's no rules. And in a weird way, that's kind of not what you want in a message-driven movie of like, it's up for you to figure out, you know? Like, I kind of ultimately think that the message of the movie gets a little bit marred in that sense, in terms of, yes, girl power is girl power is awesome, but also you gotta understand it's really complicated being a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's sort of, it never really settles.
I hear what you're saying.
No,
I definitely hear what you're saying, and you're right. It doesn't. I guess I didn't bump into that though, because I kind of zoned out. Not because it was a woman.
Because I'm a man.
No, it was a woman talking. No, obviously, I'm fucking kidding. Again, comedic effect.
Right.
Right. But no, it was just... Sorry. That was a bad joke. It was mean to say. But
I just tuned out. I tuned out once the
Yeah.
credits started. I couldn't listen
No,
to
but it was the idea of, like, I'm not going to sit there and try to interpret, you know. I like the rousing speech in the sense of, like, I kind of left it at what it was because I felt like it wasn't for me. Does that make any sense? Like, I heard her saying all this stuff, and I felt like for me to... I can hear the words she's trying to interpret it. Again, it's a sympathy thing, not an empathy thing. And I sympathize with what she was saying, and I thought it was brilliantly delivered and very poignant, you know, in terms of, like, you gotta flirt with men, but also to try to get ahead, but you also have to let them down easy, and like how tough it is.
You can't flirt too hard because then you're a
slut. Yeah, she didn't say slut, but then you're easy or whatever she said.
Right.
Yeah,
but you can't not flirt with them because then you're a prude.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, again, I understand,
but I kind of appreciated the fact that there was no, like, that's kind of what shook him out of it, was like, oh, you have to be you to figure that out. It's really what works for you. And so I guess I didn't bump into it because, again, I just felt like that part
I just feel that
wasn't for me.
That was the ultimate message, but I just feel that it gets a little muddled down. You know what I mean? Like, it's sometimes in a movie like this, you just want to be told, like, okay, tell me how to feel about this. And they never really do that.
Well, Michael, I'm a liberated man, and I know I'm allowed to cry.
Also, no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I will make fun of you.
Yeah. No, there's so many good lines in this movie. I'm trying to slide them in as much as possible, but it's like, what does Will Ferrell say? When you think of sparkles, what do you think of? Female agency. Yeah, and the idea that Ken wants a long-term, long-distance, low-commitment, casual girlfriend.
That's right. That's right.
The best shit ever.
I mean, don't we all, though? Kind of, a little bit. Like,
a little bit.
Yeah, I want some affection, but, like, on my terms, and then you can go away.
Yeah. No,
maybe that's just me.
Yeah, no, I hear you. The only time, I guess you bumped up into a little bit sooner than I did. The only time I thought the message got a little bit muddled was... Okay, so Will Ferrell plays the head of Mattel. Mm-hmm. Once Barbie comes into the real world, and then
she goes to Mattel.
They try to put her in a box. She escapes. Right. At that point, you don't need Will Ferrell's character anymore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he goes to Barbie Land because Mojo Dojo cast of houses start coming out, which is Ken when he takes over the dream house. Weird shit starts happening in the real world. So he's like, oh, I have to go fix it. It's pointless because by the time he makes it to Barbie Land or Barbie World, whatever, Barbie Land, it's already resolved itself.
Yeah,
and so he's kind of like...
The whole story sort of worked itself out.
There's no point in him being there except for it's like, hey, we're going to roll on Will Ferrell because we got him for another day. So let's be funny.
That's exactly why that happened.
Yeah, which is...
Well, we filmed Will Ferrell in 3 days and we got him for 6, so... Just keep rolling.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just go up and just say some weird shit.
Yeah, and he's funny. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll take it. But his character was kind of pointless. But the only time I kind of ran into it at the end was, I thought at the end when Barbie and Ken...
Spoilers.
Well, when they kind of resolved their issue of Ken taking over through his own stupidity, making Barbie Land into the patriarchy and whatever, and then they kind of overtake it through women power, all fine, whatever. I felt like that was kind of the bow that I needed for the story. Sure. And then apparently the ghost of the person who created Barbie comes into Barbie Land and then just makes Margot Robbie a human at the end. And then she just like touches her hand and she sees all these images of fireworks. And in that moment as a toy, she knows what it's like to have the entire human psyche and be a one.
It's very like Pinocchio in terms of like, I want to be a real boy or a real girl. You know? Like,
and it just lost it. Like, I didn't understand the point of that.
Yeah.
It seemed very shoehorned in.
A little superfluous, for sure. Like, Barbie world was already sort of it had already gone back to the way it was and everybody was happy with it, and then just be like, but now I've experienced so much from the real world and I can never go back to just being a Barbie. It's like, all right, well, we just did a whole movie about how complicated it is to be a woman in the real world, but sure, I guess if you want to take on that burden, then go for it.
Yeah, she didn't really, and maybe I missed something. I mean, I've only seen it once, so maybe I did miss something and maybe I'm misspeaking, but her whole character thing, she just wanted things to go back to the way they were.
Right. And then once that happened, she's like, yeah, still not satisfied.
Yeah, she's like...
just like a woman.
She's just like, red pill. At the end, she just wants to take the red pill. And it's like, all right, that's fine. Like, whatever. It just seemed, the way they delivered it seemed a little bit, like, unneeded or unnecessary.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, again, I get what they're trying to go for in terms of, like, even Barbie wants to be a fully actualized, real person. But again, they never really settle on what that is or, like, how the best way to do that. It's just like, well, you figure it out. I don't know. Fuck you, Barbie.
The fact that the movie is even, we can talk about it this much, is a fucking magic trick in itself. Yeah. Like, they tackle so many subjects, and there's people smarter than I will probably analyze this movie and see themes and motifs that I don't necessarily see. But
sure,
the idea of, they do talk about, like, the idea of the beauty standard and how Barbie kind of ruined that. Mm-hmm. And like when Barbie goes to the real world, she's like, oh, they're gonna love me. Like the joke is like, I single-handedly, like, you know, like, women are equal now because of me,
right?
You know, and she has no idea because she's never been in the real world. But if you think about like what it is, like when she came out as a doll, they explained it in the beginning of the movie. All girls had was like baby dolls. They're the only thing. Right. Your role is to be a mother. You will train to be that even as a child when you play.
Right.
You know, and then this Barbie comes out and it's like, she's cool, she's fashionable, she's got cool hair, she's got her own money and her own house and her own car. Right. And what? It's like that shit shook shit up. Yeah. So she's thinking like, oh man. And then she gets to the real world and it's like, dude, you make everyone feel like shit. Like, you are the prototypical Barbie that when people refer to, it's some blonde-haired, tall, beautiful, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's, by the way...
Very Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I felt bad because I did the same thing to Ryan Gosling, so I'm equal opportunity on this one. But of all the themes in this movie about, like, seeing people for who they are and not just... I felt bad because it's... objectively, Margot Robbie is just fucking beautiful.
Of course.
Like, just, she's dropped it, and so it's hard not to objectify her. But I'm like, I'm not trying to. I hear the message, and I hear what you're saying, and I'm on.
But also, you got one of the most gorgeous people on the planet.
Like, on the fucking planet to play. Let's be real.
What, was Charlize Theron not available?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Scarlett Johansson couldn't work out the weekend.
Yeah, and like they put her in like relatively skimpy outfits and stuff. They're not like crazy revealing, but it's like,
right. Let me just. They didn't have Gabby Sidibe playing this role. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like they got Roseanne Barr to be like, I'm Barbie.
Right. And they have their fair share of. They have like, which is great to see. They had like Barbie in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. They had Ayo Idaberry. I think you say her name.
Bear?
I don't know. No, what's her name? Whatever. The black woman president was Barbie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they had all different race, ethnicities, sizes, you know, plus size women, all that stuff, man. So they were all Barbie, so it was kind of dope. But
they even brought in Gay Ken for a single scene. He was like, "I'm Magic Earring Ken," and I was like, "I know that one."
Yeah, they dug into the vaults for some of the references, which are all true. But no, I did feel bad though, because like I understood the point of the movie But Margot Robbie was just so fucking hot. Right. So I couldn't help myself sometimes. Yeah. And same thing with Ryan Gosling. I was like, he's just fucking beautiful. Like, look how shredded up he is.
Oh, my only complaint with the movie was he didn't take his shirt off enough.
Yeah.
I want to see all those six packs. I want to drink them all in.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, yeah. But other than that, though, man, I really dug it.
Also, shout out to Kate McKinnon for playing the
weird Barbie.
The weird Barbie, like the Barbie that got played with too much, or got the weird haircut, or like what was it? She was like, "I'm the Barbie that
played
happened,
with too hard,"
or but she says something to the effect of like, "I'm what happens when your older brother gets a hold of your Barbie," and so like her hair's always like jutting out and frizzled and got marker all over his
half
face.
burned.
She's always sitting in splits.
Yeah. 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 Her hair was like burned up on one half and all like shredded up. In weird clothes and everything.
Yeah, mismatched clothes. She's wearing a sneaker and a skate and stuff like that. Yeah.
Pretty great. She's good in everything. I really like
I mean, it's Kate McKinnon. Come on.
But no, I dug the movie a lot though, man. I really, like I said, I'm on board with the message. You know, we are pretty much pro whatever for the most part here at What You've Been Watching. We're pretty much go live your life and be happy.
and I mean, realistically, it is a fun movie. It is really entertaining. There's jokes aplenty. Even if you're not going to get bogged down in the political message or the pro feminism message, like it's just entertaining, and it's not. You can disregard all that stuff and just be entertained with what's happening in front of you. I will say there's a little bit of me where I'm like, I don't know who this movie is marketed towards, because it's simultaneously a commercial for 10-year-old girls, but it's 10-year-old girls who have read like Kant and like Beckett and stuff like that. Like, what does it mean to be a human and be a fully completed human? I'm like, yo, like you gotta be in some weird philosophical shit to like really grasp what's happening in this movie.
I don't know, man. It is PG-13 though, so they did. I do agree, but that's, to be honest, that kind of makes me like the movie more. In the sense of like, by all short of the star power of you get Ryan Gosling to play Ken and you get Margot Robbie to play Barbie.
Sure.
Perfectly cast, okay. But like, outside of that, like this movie shouldn't work. And it fucking somehow works on a lot of different levels.
It does.
There's a couple misfires in which we've talked about, but like on the whole, this movie shouldn't be.
And maybe that's what I'm talking about. It's just, I think tonally, like,
it's kind of a magic trick though, man.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work in my opinion. I think that like they try to keep it lighthearted and fun, and you know, very much like marketed towards like young girls with like, yeah, girl power, and then they'll immediately switch into like, yeah, it sucks being a woman, and you got a lot of shit to look forward to that's going to be really hard for you to decide, but it's kind of up for you to navigate it, and like nobody can tell you what to do, and like you're right in your own decisions, but also you got to play by society standards if you want to get ahead. And it's this weird mix of like bubblegum and then razor blades.
Bubblegum and then razor. That's fucking really good. I was really astute right there. I guess I didn't bump up into that as much as you.
Yeah.
I guess, to be honest, man, I think I just kind of zoomed out and just enjoyed it for what it was.
Sure.
Because, again, I really thought like, I guess I would say like I walked away with the lesson or whatever. But like I really just thought like this movie wasn't for me, you know? Like it.
Sure.
So like whatever.
Like in a bad way, or just like the message missed you?
No. Just like I'm not gonna have. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna say a couple trigger words here.
Okay.
Kind of in the way of like some people. I don't really have. I'm pro-choice, but only because of the sense of like, as a man, I don't really think I should have a fucking opinion on it.
Sure.
Just being real kind of thing. So kind of in the same way there of like, I don't really, we're doing it now, obviously, because I can't fucking help myself. But like, maybe I should shut the fuck up about the things of like, I shouldn't, whatever the feminism thing and the intricacies of being a woman, like, again, I can sympathize, and a lot of those things do translate to being a male. It's just being a human in general.
Sure.
And so the things I can relate to, I'm like, yeah, fucking right on. It's fucking tough out here. And they also, as jokingly as they do make men and make them the butt of a lot of jokes, they do also in the end show them as real people. And Ken had real needs, and he's like, dude, you never give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
Like all I ever wanted was just some of your fucking time. Like, God forbid. And yeah, I took it too far, but like. And they kind of show him as a real person too. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Sure,
he's hilarious. You know, he's like, "Will you be my bride wife?" She's like, "Yes." And he turns the corner. Sublime. He walks back. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know the things that were like too heavy-handed in terms of that. I was just like, maybe I don't really have that strong of an opinion on it, so I just didn't bump up against it. The things that I felt too heavy-handed, I just kind of let roll off my back. Was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? So I took it a little more surface value in what the messages that I did get out of it and the things that I did see.
Sure.
I greatly appreciated.
And like I said, and I think that's that's sort of problematic with the tone, is in terms of there are aspects that you can just sit back and watch it as like a fun, popcorn movie and just sort of enjoy the visuals and the humor and sort of the audacity of like, well, what if Barbie was a real person?
Right.
Wouldn't that be funny? But then also, like, the message is very clearly there, and I think sometimes a little bit heavy-handedly so. But the message is there if you want to get into, the psychology or the critique of society. Like, it's all there. I feel that it's sort of... It can't decide what it wants to do, and so it leaves me with a real longing of, like, well, just how should I feel about this,
I hear you. And I think those are...
Like I said, sometimes in a movie, I just want to be told what to feel.
Right. What's the message? Put a bow on it.
Exactly.
I will say this, though. Given everything you said, now that I think about it, isn't Barbie, given all the years, isn't she a problematic figure in herself?
Oh, sure.
And so it would be almost a disservice to her to not be like, there's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of bad. And then when you apply what we think of Barbie, and again, we talked about the beauty standards and things like that, but also like, hey man, like I gave I'm all about female empowerment. It's not about making people feel shitty about themselves. And people go, well, yeah, well, you do. Well, so bad. It's like, well, fuck me. Like,
right.
So she's problematic just by her nature.
Right.
So I guess it would be almost in a weird way. And maybe the director, Greta Gerwig, is much smarter than I. Maybe that was intentional to kind of leave it as somewhat problematic in terms of like, there's a lot of good that comes with this, but there's also a lot of bad. So I don't know. Maybe it does do the character more service.
Yeah.
Than so. So what do you rate it, man? Unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
I'm just thinking, female directors, what won't they think of next?
Michael, it's a new age out there. It's a new age out there.
I'm just saying, if I can't give my secretary a reaffirming pat on the bottom, how is she going to know she's doing a good job?
Right.
No. But seriously, I'm going to give it...
It's so bad to be making jokes like this during this subject matter, but whatever, we did it.
Welcome to Be a Man. We get to joke about whatever we want.
It ain't... Yeah,
no. These are all jokes, people.
Yeah.
These are all jokes. I'm going to give it... one problematic pink Cadillac. Real problematic.
I hear that. You're not as high on this movie as I thought you would be. I can decipher your reviews.
No, I do like the movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a very confusing movie.
I got you.
Me,
No, it's a fair review.
Maybe I looked a little bit too much into how the beef was made, so to speak.
Well, you want the what does it all mean after they drug up the question, what does it all mean?
Yes.
It's like, you drug up the question, what does it all mean? And then I walk away going, yeah, what the fuck does it mean? And you just didn't feel satisfied necessarily. So
does the top stop in Inception or not? I need to know.
Right. I hear you. I will give it 2 Mojo Dojo Casa Dream Houses.
Ooh.
There you go. You can figure that one out. Perfect blending. So no, I dug it though, man. Ryan Gosling for the win, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He cracked me the fuck up, dude. For real.
Sure.
So, anything else you want to talk about?
Man, I'm good. Let's get out of here.
Let's wrap it up. Sign us off.
Yeah, man. This is the marvelous Mike D.
MD3 signing out
and saying, go watch a movie
and talk about it with someone you love.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.